Have you ever felt like your body isn't moving quite the way it used to? Your steps a little less steady, your energy slower to return, or your legs tiring more quickly than before? What if I told you that some of the vegetables you've always thought were healthy might actually be making those problems worse, not better? For older adults, especially those over 65, the foods we choose can quietly shape the quality of our days, strengthening our steps, sharpening our minds, or, without us realizing it, slowly wearing us down. Surprising new research, including long-term studies published in the Journal of Gerontology, reveals that certain vegetables can cause low-grade inflammation in the body, affecting circulation, weakening leg strength, and even increasing the risk of falls. And yet, some other vegetables, just as easy to find, can do the opposite: protect your balance, keep your brain sharp, and support the energy you need to live independently. In this video, we'll gently uncover 3 vegetables seniors should avoid, and 3 you'll want to embrace daily to feel your best. One of them may already be in your fridge right now, so stay with me. What you learn today might just help you walk taller tomorrow. And if you find this message helpful, feel free to tap subscribe only if it feels right for you. 1. Broccoli, nature's armor for the aging body. Among all the vegetables that have graced your plate throughout life, few are as silently powerful as broccoli. To the untrained eye, it's just another green stalk on the dinner table, but for those entering their golden years, it can be a quiet warrior. Think of it as nature's own armor, delicate yet resilient, humble yet deeply protective. Inside each floret lies sulforaphane, a remarkable compound that science has linked to reduced chronic inflammation, one of the stealthiest enemies of aging. Chronic inflammation doesn't just cause aches, it quietly wears down your muscles, joints, blood vessels, and even your mental sharpness. That's the slow erosion of independence many fear. And broccoli, in its simplicity, stands as a small but mighty defense. It activates the body's detoxification systems, bolstering internal resilience when age begins to chip away at it from the outside. Beyond its anti-inflammatory strength, broccoli offers a suite of nutrients tailored almost perfectly to the needs of those over 65: vitamin K to protect your arteries and bones, calcium to reduce fracture risk, and antioxidants to guard your cells from age-related wear. For older adults, where even a minor bone injury can have major consequences, this cruciferous ally works quietly to reinforce the body's foundation. But what many don't realize is that its benefits extend to something often overlooked: your legs and feet. Peripheral circulation, especially in the lower body, tends to decline with age, and that leads to more than just cold feet. It brings balance issues, slower reflexes, and an increased risk of complications like diabetic neuropathy. Broccoli, rich in circulation-boosting sulforaphane, helps keep the blood flowing freely to those areas we rely on for every step and every moment of independence. That's why a simple cup of broccoli isn't just a side dish. It's a daily commitment to walking with strength, standing tall, and aging on your own terms. But preparation matters. Overcooked broccoli loses much of its powerful benefits. Instead, steam it lightly, just until it turns bright green and tender. That's when it holds its full potential. When prepared this way, you aren't just eating a vegetable, you're feeding your future, choosing vitality, and sending a message to your body: I'm not done yet. So the next time you place a handful of those green florets on your plate, don't just see them as food, see them as a gesture of self-respect, a nod to your resilience, and a promise that you will continue to take care of the one body that has carried you through decades of joy, hardship, laughter, and love. Now, while broccoli may protect you from the inside out, there's another green hero, far more unassuming, that quietly fuels your heart, mind, and the muscles that make life worth living. Curious what it is? Stay with me, because what comes next may just be the easiest change you'll ever make and the most powerful. Number 2, spinach, the secret source of mental clarity and vigor. As the seasons of life unfold and we step into our wiser years, some foods quietly step forward to become more than just nourishment. They become companions in our journey toward vitality and independence. Spinach is one of those companions, often overlooked as just a salad green or a side dish. This unassuming leafy vegetable holds powers that can truly shape the way we age, particularly after 65. It may not boast the bold colors of carrots or the crunch of cucumbers, But within its soft green leaves lies a secret. Spinach is a quiet protector of the body and the mind. You see, spinach is rich in natural nitrates, a gift from the earth that improves blood flow throughout the entire body, especially to our muscles and our brains. As we grow older, circulation tends to slow, muscles don't get the oxygen they need, the brain doesn't stay quite as sharp, and suddenly, simple tasks feel heavier. But when you introduce spinach into your daily meals, something subtle begins to shift. Those nitrates help open up blood vessels, making them more flexible and efficient, almost like oiling the gears of a machine that's grown a bit stiff with time. The result, more energy, quicker reflexes, and a clearer mind. Many older adults notice that their legs feel lighter, their thoughts more focused, and their days more active, all from something as simple as a handful of greens on the plate. But spinach doesn't stop there. It also contains lutein and folate, two quiet but powerful nutrients that support memory, processing speed, and overall cognitive sharpness. There's real science behind it. Seniors with higher lutein levels tend to perform better on cognitive tests and retain their mental clarity longer. It's not just about remembering names or solving puzzles. It's about protecting your sense of self, your conversations, your independence. And spinach helps do exactly that, one meal at a time. And let's not forget the eyes. Sight is one of the most precious gifts we have, yet it's also one of the most vulnerable as we age. Spinach offers lutein and zeaxanthin, compounds that nourish the macula, the part of the eye responsible for sharp, central vision. These nutrients help delay, and in some cases even prevent, age-related macular degeneration. In other words, spinach helps keep the world visible, the faces of your loved ones, the words in your favorite books, the roads that lead you to places you love. That kind of freedom, the ability to see, to move, to think clearly, is priceless. But like any treasure, spinach must be handled with care. When you saute it lightly or blend it into a smoothie, you preserve its rich nutrients and make it easier on the digestive system, especially important for older adults. But boil it too long, and much of its power fades away. Think of it like this: tenderly cooked spinach isn't just food, it's care in a bowl, an act of self-respect served with every meal. From the strength in your legs to the clarity in your mind and the sparkle in your gaze, spinach quietly reinforces the parts of life that often fade with age. It doesn't promise miracles, but it does offer something far more enduring: consistency, protection, and grace. A single serving every day is a whisper to your body: I still choose life, I still choose strength. And just as this green leaf fuels your resilience, there's another colorful vegetable waiting to surprise you. Next, one that reaches even deeper, helping you maintain your balance and upright confidence with every step you take. Could this humble root be the answer you didn't know you needed? Let's find out together. 3. Carrots, the unsung guardians of life, balance, and vision. Sometimes, the most powerful protectors of our health come not in flashy packages or exotic forms, but in the simple, familiar treasures we've known since childhood. Carrots, those bright orange roots so often taken for granted, may be one of the greatest gifts nature offers to those of us walking the path of aging with grace and intention. They aren't just a crunchy snack or a colorful side dish. They are gentle but mighty allies in your quest to remain strong, balanced, and full of life. Carrots are rich in beta-carotene, the plant pigment that our bodies convert into vitamin A, a vitamin that plays a crucial role in preserving sharp, vibrant vision. This becomes more than just a health benefit as we age. Good vision is not only about seeing clearly, it's about staying connected to the world. It means noticing the twinkle in a grandchild's eye, reading your favorite book without strain, or catching the edge of a rug before it turns into a dangerous fall. The eyes are our guides through everyday life, and when they begin to dim, so too can our independence. That's why every bite of a carrot is more than nourishment. It's a quiet defense against losing the freedom to move confidently, drive safely, or simply recognize the faces we love most. Research shows that consistent intake of beta-carotene can delay the onset of age-related macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss in seniors. One simple carrot may not feel revolutionary, but over time, it becomes part of a larger promise of continued clarity and connection. But carrots don't stop at your eyes. They reach deeper into your body, supporting systems that often go unnoticed until they begin to fail. Inside each carrot are antioxidants that help protect blood vessels and nerve tissues, two often overlooked heroes of balance and mobility. These compounds help keep communication between your brain and your limbs sharp and responsive, reducing the lag that can lead to stumbles or hesitation when walking. In a world where one missed step can change everything, that kind of support is no small thing. Carrots quietly nurture the network that allows you to stay steady, to walk with strength, to remain self-reliant. And then there's the gut. With age, digestion often slows, cholesterol can creep up, and blood sugar can swing unpredictably. Carrots, thanks to their high-fiber content, step in here as well. They help keep the digestive system moving smoothly, support heart health by lowering cholesterol, and contribute to steady blood sugar levels. These aren't just numbers on a medical chart. They are the invisible threads holding together your energy, mood, circulation, and vitality. When blood sugar is stable, you feel more energized. When digestion is strong, you sleep better and move easier. It's all connected, and carrots play a gentle, everyday role in maintaining that harmony. To get the most from these orange wonders, enjoy them raw for their crisp freshness, or lightly steam them to soften without losing nutrients. Add them to salads, soups, smoothies, or simply enjoy them as a midday snack. 1 or 2 carrots a day may seem like a humble habit, but it's one that can shape the rhythm of your health far more than you might expect. Their sweetness is natural, their benefits layered, and their impact quietly profound. But while carrots stand as guardians of your vision, coordination, and internal balance, not all vegetables offer the same gift. In fact, hidden in your kitchen may be seemingly harmless vegetables that, with age, begin to do more harm than good, affecting the very muscles, circulation, and mobility you rely on. Which ones should you be cautious of, and why might they pose unexpected risks to older adults? Let's gently turn the page and take a closer look at the vegetables you may need to avoid. 1. Eggplant, the hidden danger to comfort and mobility. As we grow older, every choice we make, especially the ones involving what we put on our plates, becomes more meaningful, not in a fearful or anxious way, but in a deeply respectful way. Our bodies have carried us through a lifetime of movement, work, and love, and now they deserve our gentlest care. That's why it's important to talk about one vegetable that, while seemingly harmless, may quietly work against the well-being of those over 65, the eggplant. Eggplant wears a beautiful disguise. Its deep purple skin, soft flesh, and versatility in the kitchen make it a favorite in many homes. It's low in calories, high in fiber, and full of flavor. But beneath that glossy surface hides a natural chemical called solanine, and for aging bodies, solanine is not always kind. This compound is part of the plant's defense system in nature, but in the human body, particularly in older adults, it can become a source of low-level, chronic inflammation, especially for those already dealing with joint pain, arthritis, or muscle tenderness. Solanine can aggravate those conditions in quiet, persistent ways. You may not feel it right after eating, but over time, if you consume eggplant regularly, that subtle inflammation can begin to weaken your legs, stiffen your joints, and make movement feel just a little heavier. Walking across the room may begin to feel slower. Standing up from a chair might come with more hesitation. And one day, the stairs you used to climb with ease suddenly feel uncertain. This kind of physical decline often sneaks in slowly, almost invisibly. But its impact on confidence, independence, and emotional well-being can be profound. Think about it when your legs no longer feel strong, when walking becomes painful or balance wavers. Your world can start to shrink. You may choose to stay home instead of joining that family outing. You may avoid walks you used to enjoy, and that isolation, that quiet surrender to discomfort, can lead to feelings of helplessness or loneliness that cut even deeper than the physical pain itself. All from a food you may have never suspected. What's more concerning is that cooking doesn't eliminate the risk. Whether eggplant is grilled, baked, stewed, or roasted, solanine remains. And while not everyone reacts the same way, some may feel nothing at all. Those over 65 are more vulnerable simply because the body no longer heals or adapts as quickly as it once did. For those already living with joint sensitivity, nerve issues, or muscle fatigue, even a small aggravation can tip the balance. It's not about living in fear or cutting out every food that could possibly cause harm. It's about listening to your body, noticing the patterns, and choosing what nourishes you most gently. There are so many vegetables that support strength, circulation, and cognitive clarity without the hidden risks. Vegetables that help you walk taller, think clearer, and move with more ease. Choosing those over eggplant isn't deprivation. It's a quiet act of love and protection. So the next time you plan your meals, pause before reaching for that glossy purple vegetable. Ask yourself, is this helping me feel more vibrant, more free, because comfort, balance, and mobility are too precious to be silently chipped away? And eggplant, for all its charm, may be doing just that. But this is only the beginning. There are still other common vegetables, ones many consider healthy, that may actually be quietly working against your health. Could it be that something as ordinary as your favorite side dish is speeding up the aging process from within? Let's take a deeper look together. 2. Green bell peppers, the unseen source of silent inflammation. In our later years, every bite we take becomes more than just nourishment. It's a message to our bodies, either offering gentle support or unknowingly adding to the silent burdens we carry. That's why it may come as a surprise that something as cheerful and crisp as a green bell pepper could quietly be working against your health. We often reach for them without a second thought, tossed into salads, sautéed with eggs, or stuffed for a hearty dinner. But for seniors, green bell peppers may be more foe than friend. The trouble begins with what you can't taste or see. Green bell peppers are part of the nightshade family, a group of vegetables that includes tomatoes, eggplants, and white potatoes. While not dangerous for everyone, these vegetables contain a naturally occurring protein called lectin. Lectins can bind to the lining of the digestive tract, subtly interfering with how nutrients are absorbed. For younger, robust systems, this may go unnoticed, but for aging bodies, already more sensitive and less forgiving, this quiet interference can lead to a slow decline in essential functions, particularly those that support energy, movement, and balance. What makes green bell peppers especially deceptive is their timing. These peppers are harvested before they're fully ripened, which not only gives them their signature color and crunch, but also means they contain higher levels of lectins and fewer antioxidants than their red, orange, or yellow counterparts. In other words, you're getting more of the potentially harmful compound and fewer of the healing, anti-inflammatory benefits that come with maturity. It's a trade-off that, over time, can wear down the systems seniors rely on most. So how does this affect your daily life? It may start subtly: stiff ankles in the morning, tingling in your toes, or a strange sense of imbalance that wasn't there before. You may chalk it up to aging, but in truth, it could be the result of low-grade, chronic inflammation taking root. Lectins can contribute to inflammation in the blood vessels, nerves, and joints, 3 key pillars of stability and strength. And when blood flow to the legs is compromised, or when nerve signals begin to falter, even simple walks across the room can become uncertain. This isn't just a matter of discomfort. It's about freedom, dignity, and your ability to keep living on your own terms. Of course, not every person will react the same way. But if you already experience arthritis, digestive issues, or cardiovascular concerns, the lectins in green bell peppers may compound those problems in ways that go unnoticed until something bigger happens: a fall, persistent fatigue, or chronic pain. While cooking can reduce some of the lectin content, it doesn't eliminate the risk entirely. That's why many health experts suggest limiting green bell pepper consumption, especially when safer, more nourishing alternatives are available. The good news: you don't have to sacrifice flavor or texture to make better choices. Ripe red, orange, and yellow peppers offer similar culinary joy, but with far more antioxidants and less inflammatory risk. Other vegetables like zucchini, squash, or even sweet potatoes can fill the same role on your plate without the same hidden costs. Every thoughtful choice you make at the dinner table, what to enjoy and what to skip, is a quiet act of self-care. A small vote for stronger legs, clearer thinking, and a more stable step forward. But green bell peppers aren't the only familiar favorite that may be quietly draining your strength. There's still one more commonly loved vegetable, one that appears in kitchens across America daily, that may be taking more from your body than it gives. Could the most trusted item in your crisper drawer be contributing to stiffness, fatigue, and decline? Let's peel back the layers and uncover the truth together. 3. White potatoes, a comfort food that subtly erodes stability and strength. For many of us, white potatoes are woven into the fabric of cherished memories, steaming mashed potatoes at Thanksgiving, crispy fries shared with grandchildren, or a warm baked potato on a quiet evening. They bring comfort, familiarity, and a sense of home. But as we grow older, the foods that once brought simple joy deserve a second look, especially when they begin to work against the strength, balance, and energy we need most in our senior years. White potatoes, though loved and widely consumed, are far from harmless. Their high glycemic index means that once digested, they rapidly convert into sugar in the bloodstream. This surge in blood sugar may feel like a quick energy boost, but over time, it tells a more concerning story. These frequent spikes trigger inflammation within the body, silent, persistent inflammation that places strain on the blood vessels, especially those that serve the brain, the heart, and the legs. For those over 65 whose circulatory systems are already more delicate, this becomes a slow erosion of vitality. You might not notice it at first, just a bit more fatigue, a touch of stiffness, or slower recovery from minor injuries, but eventually, that unassuming potato begins to chip away at your balance and resilience. There's also a deeper risk many overlook. Regular consumption of white potatoes has been linked to arteriosclerosis, the stiffening and narrowing of arteries. And when arteries lose their flexibility, blood flow to the legs and feet declines. This is when cold feet, cramps, numbness, and a sense of unsteadiness start creeping in. What begins as mild discomfort can quickly evolve into something more serious, a heightened risk of falls, poor wound healing, and even the loss of independence. Each of these outcomes affects not just the body, but the spirit, the confidence to move freely, to stay active, and to live fully. And it doesn't stop there. White potatoes are often prepared in ways that further amplify their hidden risks. Mashed with butter and cream, fried in oil, or loaded with salt, they become more than just a source of fast-acting carbohydrates. They also strain the heart and raise blood pressure. For seniors managing conditions like diabetes, high cholesterol, or hypertension, a simple serving of potatoes can quietly undermine progress, dulling the benefits of medication or healthy routines in one comforting but costly dish. What makes this even more important to consider is what white potatoes don't offer. Unlike richly colored root vegetables such as sweet potatoes, carrots, or beets, white potatoes contain very few antioxidants. These are the compounds that help protect your cells from damage, reduce inflammation, and slow the aging process. Choosing potatoes that lack this protective power means missing a vital opportunity to fuel your body with the nutrients it needs to stay vibrant and resilient. But here's the truth: giving up white potatoes doesn't mean giving up comfort or joy. It means gently choosing foods that honor the needs of your changing body. Roasted sweet potatoes, for example, provide the same warmth and heartiness while offering fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants that support steady energy and strong circulation. They nourish the body without compromising balance or mobility. These small swaps are acts of love, quiet commitments to staying strong, independent, and full of life. So next time you're tempted by that familiar plate of white potatoes, pause, ask yourself if it's worth the trade. Because while tradition and taste matter, so does your strength, your stability, and your freedom to keep doing the things you love. And sometimes, choosing differently is the most powerful way to honor all the years that brought you here and all the moments still waiting ahead. In the quiet choices we make each day, what we eat, how we care for ourselves, lies a powerful truth. Aging well isn't about chasing miracles, but about honoring the life we've already lived and protecting the one we still have ahead. Choosing the right vegetables may seem like a small act, but it's one of deep respect for the body that has carried us through decades of love, effort, and experience. It's a way of saying I still matter. My strength, my clarity, my freedom, they are worth nurturing. Every bite can either wear us down or build us up. And it's never too late to choose foods that support your legs, your heart, and your mind with kindness and care. Because staying steady on your feet, keeping your thoughts clear, and feeling good in your own skin, these are not luxuries. They are your birthright. If today's message spoke to you, drop a quick "stay strong" in the comments below. And if you'd like more simple, heartfelt guidance like this, feel free to subscribe. It's just one more step toward a stronger, freer you. Take care of yourself, and I can't wait to walk with you again in the next video.